Today I'm going to talk about a little bit about food and the intolerance that I realized I had 2 years ago. But first, let me start by when you get bit by a tick, you not only get the Bartonella bacteria, but you also can get up to 7 other co-infections. This is why other cases of Lyme disease aren't the same, because not everyone has all 7 of the co-infections. So 2 years ago, I noticed that along with extreme fatigue and extreme pain and brain fog and the ability to not be able to focus at all, I started to get freezing cold hands and burning at the same time. I also was having trouble swallowing, and I was waking up with my heart pounding like before I even had any coffee. I didn't realize what was going on, but I got re-bit 2 years ago, and that's when I got some of the co-infections that I didn't already have. So I noticed that when I was eating, everything was making me feel extremely sick. I would get severe headaches, to the point where I would vomit, and my hands were like super ice cold after I ate, especially chocolate. So one day I was eating chocolate and I lost the ability to use my hands. Like, I couldn't even hold a plate. I had no strength. Like, it was just crazy. I went to the doctor, and the doctor was telling me that it was all in my head and I needed mental help. So I realized then that he was no help. So I decided to start looking up, ways that other people, like the symptoms, and to see if what was going on. And I realized that people were suggesting an elimination diet. So I started to eliminate different foods, and the things that I noticed the most are gluten. I had intolerance to gluten, intolerance to sugar, and intolerance to dairy. Also, meat that's not grass-fed and not organic, and no farm-raised fish, only wild caught. And you have to be careful with how much fish you're eating, because there is mercury in fish, and metal toxicity in your body is a huge part in making you feel extremely sick. So those are the key things: no dairy, no sugar, no gluten, and no nasty meat. No processed food at all. So anything in a box or in a can that's sitting on shelves for years and years and years is no good for Lyme disease. And I know you're probably wondering, what am I going to eat? But honestly, there's a lot of organic vegetables. There's grass-fed meat. I prefer bison. Organic bison is delicious. I love it. Once in a while, I'll have wild-caught salmon. That's probably like maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't eat a lot of fish because I do have I have mercury in my body from a filling that I had. That's also very important. If you have dental work that have silver caps in them, you should get them removed as soon as possible, because heavy metals in your body is very, very serious. Thanks.